Well, welcome, Maddie, and thank you for joining me for my interview speech. I'm just going to be asking you a few questions about why you picked the Army and why you chose to become an officer, as well as what you're up to now and some training that you went through. Do you have any questions for me before we begin?
No, I do not, PJ, but thank you for having me and choosing me to be interviewed for.
All right, well, let's start then. First off, when did you decide that the Army was right for you?
So I decided when I was in high school that I knew I wanted to be part of the military because I met a kid whose sister was in the military and talked about her experiences, and I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. I want to be part of something bigger than myself, and I like the idea of the camaraderie.
All right, and why did you become an officer? Was college just that it made you choose to become an officer?
Well, I didn't really have a choice. I had to go to college. My dad didn't give me a choice, so I got recruited by a military college that had ROTC programs there, and so the Army recruited me and gave me full scholarship. So that's kind of how I chose it. But I chose Army because out of all the other ones, because I like that it has a balance between being smart and hardworking. I think it has, it's available for everybody. Everybody can be a part of the Army.
Okay, and then you said it was a military college. What's the name of this military college?
It's called the Citadel Military College of South Carolina.
Okay, and what degree did you end up getting?
I got my degree in psychology with a double minor in business and intelligence.
And I know as far as enlisted members go, we do a basic training course to get us ready for the military. Your military college obviously did that. Did you go to any type of training before going straight to your line unit?
So part of doing RGC and stuff, you have to take classes as part of your curriculum for the Army. Mm-hmm. So you take classes that earn you credits, and then you also have physical fitness in the morning with them every day of the week, as well as some training. Some training after classes as well. And then during the summers, you have to go to mandatory training where you learn just the basic infantry skills. And then right after you graduate college, you have to go to your basic leadership course, which teaches you about your specific MOS and how to be a lieutenant in that branch.
Okay. And then, are there any fun memories that just pop right in your head when you think back to the good old college days?
I think college was like, since I went to military college, we had fun, but it was very much like very structured and stuff. So I think I did enjoy being around other people who had the same mindset of me of working hard and like being focused and kind of having goals, I guess.
Okay. So not one specific memory that pops out.
I mean, not really, not at the moment. But I'm sure I had some. I mean, I'm some person, so.
Okay, well, on that note, we'll move on to some of the tasks that you do as a lieutenant on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so my job here while I'm deployed is I'm the technical control officer with the Unit Missile, as well as the Crew 2 OIC. So I'm the officer in charge of the whole PAT site. So for whatever happens and what doesn't, I'm responsible. And then as well as just being the control officer within the system when it's powered on, that's my job as well.
Okay, and then you said you're responsible for the equipment. Are you responsible for a specific number of soldiers as well?
Yeah, so I'm Crew 2, and I'm in charge of 13 soldiers. And I take that very seriously, and I think it's a great responsibility.
Fun job, right?
I do like it. I mean, there's pros and cons.
Always that one con. Okay, so then is working with the soldiers your favorite part of being an officer, or is there another one?
Oh yeah, I love working with the soldiers. But I just love being part of the team. Like if I had to be by myself, I'd probably go nuts. So I just think it's cool that we all get to make each other better because I know like I could not be as successful as I've been without like the soldiers like teaching me and taking me under their wing. So I really appreciate that.
Okay, and finally, I've heard that you'll be transitioning into a new position. Could you explain that a little bit?
So I'm taking the next step in becoming the executive officer for our battery, and that's just more responsibility with paperwork and just making sure that commander is getting all his slides and everything updated for battalion. So I'm just in charge of making sure the commander looks good and that we're accomplishing the battalion commander's mission.
And so you won't really have any soldiers underneath you, or do you still have a couple?
I'll have a couple, but there's going to be a lot less of them. There's only going to be a few of them, and they're going to be higher ranking. But I think it's cool because I kind of get to be like, I kind of still get to be involved, but from afar and not so, I don't have to be a disciplinary figure as much anymore. It's more just like an overseer, checking in to see how everybody's doing, and I think I'm gonna like that.
Okay, so you said disciplinary. Do you get to yell at soldiers when they mess up?
I mean, I can if I want to, but I'm not like that. You have to really make me angry.
Yeah, we do. So lastly, how do you feel about that change? Are you more excited or nervous maybe?
I'm always excited for like a new opportunity, and I realize that I'm nervous because I know it's going to be a lot of work, but at the same time, I know that it just takes time to adjust, and I'll figure it out.
So in a sense, you're kind of ready for that change.
I think I'm ready for it. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, but I guess life doesn't always let you decide when you're ready for something. And my mom always says, more time doesn't necessarily make it better. It doesn't make things better. Like sometimes you just gotta force yourself, like throw yourself into it. So
okay. Well, that's all that I have for you today. So thank you again for spending time with me, Maddie. And I've learned a lot about your experiences as well as your training and what you do for your job as an officer in an air defense unit with me. So lastly, do you have any questions for me?
I do not, PJ. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Thanks again.